and I'm slowly getting used to these roads. So I think I've got the main roads down to a T now, I think. I hope. So we'll see if we can go a little bit off-road. Oh, it's a white, no, redback shrike. We just jumped into the tree though.
Okay.
We'll just see if we can get a picture of it. I think he's gone too deep into the bush.
I think so.
Oh no, he is there. I can see him. Nice. There's quite a few shrikes all around the world. There's quite a number here in South Africa as well. We have the long-tailed shrike here. The great grey shrike is in Britain. And I believe America also has some shrikes as well, as far as I remember. And this one is just the redback shrike. We have the lesser grey over here. Crimson-breasted shrike is one of the most beautiful birds. They have a bright red breast and black back. That is beautiful. Isn't anything like that, but not all shrikes do it. I think I've read the redback shrike may do it once in a blue moon, but I don't think it does it as its normal behavior. Do you know?
Haven't seen them do it.
No,
They're
I've
not
not really
territorial
seen
like the fiscal.
Yeah.
A lot of people believe that it's to eat them later. I don't believe that for a minute.
No, I don't.
It's all about territoriality. The thing
Yeah.
is that an insect dries out within minutes. So they don't get any nutrition from the exoskeleton. So it's not for eating later. It's just for marking their territory.
I've also heard it could be to help them eat it slightly easier if possible. But I've never really observed them eating, so I couldn't really comment. Yeah, unfortunately, we're causing a bit of a traffic jam here.
Juma sandwich.
Yeah. So yeah, the fiscal shrike is one of the main shrikes that do it out over here. And as I say, the lesser grey shrike I think is one of the ones that may do it, but the crimson-breasted don't really do it. Long-tailed, as far as I know, don't really do it. I know the great grey shrike in Britain does it. Often walk in the English countryside, and where there's barbed wire, you'll find maybe small rodents, maybe even moles on the barbed wire. Let's see if I can pull over. Let these guys bypass us.
Well, Akram will go that way.
Okay. Alrighty, we have another question coming through. Alright, welcome aboard, Monty from Israel. I think you've been chatting to Mark quite a bit. Is that the Monty?
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
Monty and
A little bit.
Marlon.
Aha. Oh, they live close to your sister.
Yeah, and it turns out that people we grew up with are relatives of theirs.
Oh, okay. Wow. Small world, hey?
The Labies, yep.
So your question, you say you love watching kudu, but you have seen that kudu, they sell kudu biltong. And it's actually not just sold in Kruger as you saw, it's actually sold all over South Africa. And as far as I am aware, kudu are farmed. I know Mark will be able to correct me if I am wrong, but they are farmed, for meat.
Yeah, for the meat market.
Yeah.
For the hunting and meat market.
Yeah, the hunting and the meat. Obviously, the males for trophies. And obviously the meat, and it's quite a sweet meat. It's quite different to a lot of other meat. And as I say, I must admit they're one of my favourite antelope. I love looking at them, I must admit. But as I say, they kind of are farmed almost, not like cattle. It's not really on as great a scale, I don't think, is it? Or is it?
Sorry, what's that?
Kudu, are they farmed on as great a scale as cattle, or not really?
Well, no, not as great a scale, but there are large game farms that do farm kudu. It works out financially better for the farmer to bring in hunters to shoot it than to take cattle to an abattoir.
Yeah, it's a
And
shame.
it has less impact on the land.
Yeah, that's the main thing, because obviously kudu have evolved in this country and are obviously suited to the habitats, because if you bring cattle in quite often it can actually damage the environment, because they weren't used to being here in such large quantities, so it can actually have quite a negative impact on the bush, and it actually allows some encroaching species that will take over the area if the cattle have been grazing, and that's one of the problems that Entebbe had, because there was some cattle that were farmed there. There's a lot of encroaching species around, like the Terminalia sericea, which is the silver cluster leaf, and that we didn't have much blackthorn, but that's also quite a big encroacher. Oh, we have a crested barbet just here. I don't know if you're going to be able to see it. Let me see if we can go forward, or it's going up into the back there.
No.
No, it's going to be quite difficult, isn't it? It's a shame. It's such a beautiful bird. It looks like it's been attacked by a paintbrush, with red and yellow splodges all over it and black on the head. Beautiful little bird. So yeah, unfortunately I don't think it's probably the answer that you wanted to hear, but that is the truth, and it is actually farmed out here. I think with it being such a beautiful looking animal, that's possibly why it's a little bit more sad, I suppose, that you do actually eat these animals as well. I say it's not just kudu. Impala will also be used. I think blesbok.
Blesbok, springbok.
Yeah, springbok is also a big one as well. Springbok are used. And there's 3 there.
Periscope up.
And there's 2 at the back there as well. And it looks like there's possibly 5 here. That's probably the first time I've actually seen a trail of bubbles. I've been reading a little bit more about hippos, and I never realised, but apparently there were some pygmy hippos, or sort of dwarfed hippos, around Crete, and Madagascar had about 3 species as well. But around the time of the great mammal extinction, that's when they also became extinct. I think that was at the end of the Pleistocene. There was also 2 species around Europe and the British Isles as well, and apparently they were probably about 1 meter, maybe 2 meters longer than the hippos that we see today. And so I never realised how widely spread hippos actually were. And this one is not happy with us being here. We're actually quite far away.
Youngster.
So there was one that actually did almost like a belly flop in front of us. Kind of reached out the water.
Got that one.
And smacked down into the water. We're just at Buffels Hook Dam at the moment. It's amazing the difference in reaction to hippo. You can see this one is just quite happy chilling out, not too phased about us, but the one that's closer to us is really not happy about us being here. Possibly because the one at the back is either further away from us, so it didn't really decide that we were anything to worry about. Could possibly be that they've seen the vehicles a lot more than it looks like quite a young one. Keeps popping his head out close to us. Apparently there's possibly 5 sort of modern species of hippo. I think it's now down to 4. I think there was one that became extinct. But there's a little bit of controversy about if they are subspecies or not. They've kind of not really been recognized, but they have been by some people. And apparently the South African hippo that you're seeing has quite a wide or broad face compared to the other hippo. But apparently the reason why there's a bit of controversy is because it's very difficult to tell in the wild which one's which. Now they can spend about 5 or 6 minutes underwater. I have read they could go up to about 15, but I think that's possibly a bit long. I've never really seen them for 15 minutes, have you? Not really.
Not unless they have to, I guess, but
yeah.
There's no reason for them to stay underwater that long.
Yeah. Alrighty. Yeah, sorry. I'll also get back to your question just now, Anne, when we're driving. So don't worry, I haven't forgotten your question. But I think there was another question coming through as well. Okay. Alright, I'm going to see if we've got bit of space they've got a bit of space for us to try and see if we can see the leopards. Doesn't look like we're going to have any luck with elephants up around here or the other leopards.
Which way do you want to go?
I'm going to try and get to one of the cut lines and then head down.
Okay.
That'll probably be the easiest way. Is this road going to be the best one?
This will get us back up to Chilapan.
Oh, okay. So
that's Buffels Hook cut line, or goes to Buffels Hook cut line.
If we go to Buffels Hook.
No, well then we go to Chilapan and up to Cheetah cut line.
Oh, okay.
And then we can go around to Twin Dams.
Okay.
Cheetah cut line, Gowrie Main. It's probably be about the quickest.
Okay. So this is Hippo Pools.
No, there's Hippo Walk-Up Road or something similar. Once again, I've only ever referred to it as the road that goes east from Buffels Hook Dam.
Junction, Yellow Road, Central Junction, but on the northern side of Central Road.
What is that?
Nkombi.
Rhino.
Yeah.
Well, that's closer to us than anything.
I swear it was. Last station, can you just repeat where that lock is?
Central Road, Nyala Road Junction.
Oh, Central Road. Okay.
That's Greg, by the way. Oh, we can still go this way. Sorry, no.
I was just looking for an update on where that lock was, but Mark just relayed to me. Thank you.
This gets back to Quarry Pan, and we can go down Central Road.